Hello guys, my name is Armin. In today's episode, learning Navisworks Freedom, I wanted to have a refresher, an introduction of a Freedom 2025. So this is a full tutorial that goes through all the different panels that you can see, plus a new addition to Freedom 2025. This is a great way to help your team because this is free, can be downloaded from the Autodesk website, and it's going to be used without any cost to your team members. So without further ado, let's look into 2025 Navisworks Freedom.
In today's episode, I want to basically give you guys a refresher and a reminder of the Navisworks Freedom. Also, we're going to take a look at the Navisworks Freedom 2025, see what's been added. The reason that I want to do this review for you is because Freedom is free. You guys can download it directly from the Autodesk website and you can look at NWD models. So you don't need to pay for anything. If you get an NWD, you can use it. You can also share this with your teams. When some companies have limited licenses to review the model, this is going to be a great way to generate the NWDs and then share the NWDs with your team so they can go and take a look at the model. Where you download, it's basically just go to the website. I basically have the link over here at autodesk.com. So you'll be able to see the download Navisworks Freedom and Navisworks NWC export utilities. So the first one, you'll be able to see the Navisworks Freedom download. They already have update 3 as well, so you can kind of go with that. And if you scroll down, this is an NWC export utility, which is an NWC exported. You install it on your Revit to export the NWC. So this is basically a location on Autodesk that you can go and have a free download of all of these uh, different versions of Navis. So let's just go back. You can see the interface a little bit changed, kind of closer to Revit, but they haven't changed anything. Basically, you just go to open. I'm gonna open this one real quick. NWD model. You guys will be able to see it has the same. What I've noticed, it has a better um, it's very smoother in terms of navigation. It's easier to get access to the windows, and they added a few like a civil alignment under the view that we're gonna go over it. So under the home tab, as usual, we have the appearances, we have the transform, and we have the list links. Sorry, so appearances is basically if you make a different colors, you can change it. You can go over there to reset everything back to the original one. The file option, which is going to be the same thing that you guys have in your um, Navisworks manage. You'll be able to kind of do some of them with the orientation, with the speed up the frame, with the lighting, with the scene light, and the cooling. This one, if you sometimes you have a clipping planes, like when you move your navigation tool and then the picture goes away, this is a location that you need to come. So you take it out from the automatic, you put it on fix. Let's say you put this one on the very small, and then the far one put it looks like 100,000 or something. So when you give him this number and hit OK, that clipping planes is going away and you'll be able to see stuff. So, and that happens when you have different objects far away from each other in your Navis that you don't see them. That's why you're gonna create those clipping planes. But when you adjust it right here with these numbers, it basically only focus on the main model that you have. So this is basically what we have in the home select. You can select the items, you can select the box, which is putting a box around it. This is the same thing, right? You unselect, you invert selection. So if I, let's say, go select this one, go invert selection, is basically select everything but the other one that I selected. So I feel like you guys are have all of the selection tree, which is the main one that we can access here. Basically, they added this item to kind of make it like all the models, just basically open them up and close it back on faster. You have the compact, properties, and standard. It's same mode that we had before, so no change over here. For other items under our select and search, so if you want to search for something, that's going to be a quick search for any properties that you want to look at. So if let me select this. As always, we have hide to hide the items. If any item needs to be required to be on and not move at all time, you can kind of select it and it's going to change the colors to that one. You can easily right click on select, or you can double click on that one. Hide unselected, it means we select that one, it basically remove everything and just gonna show us that item. I hit Control Z, and if you have, let's say, some of the items that you have forgotten, that is hide, and when you go and unhide all, it brings everything back on your item. So the visibility panel hasn't changed. It basically has all the items that we reviewed before in the previous videos. Links, I mean, you can control it. If you have like a bunch of links, this one you can turn them on and off when you bring a model in, so it basically give you a smoother navigation process. Quick properties, if you have it on any set, you can kind of go on items real quick, and it basically is going to give you what it is. So item name, which is basic wall is going to give you exactly what it is, concrete. And then the property, this is the actual property tab that is gets opened up on the side. It's a little bit changed, but basically looks like more into like a Revit concept with the tabs. So any item that you click on, it basically has it's gonna tell you what the model is exactly. So level one, walls, basic walls, and then give you the type, and then at the end it's gonna basically give you the name of it. So you get a family, type, level, and these are all the actual tabs that coming from Revit into Navis. So you can see we have demolish phase elements. If you go, you'll be able to see all the elements and everything over here. Where's the volume of it? What is the length? So this is basically just give you all the properties. So if you want to have the property more in detail, you can turn this one on. If you just want to see a quick property, what is this model is, where it's coming from, you'll be able to just go and stay on this, and it's going to give you the items. And also, I know we reviewed in our previous videos. If you want to go to quick properties over here, definition, this is where you can add, right? So you can say, okay, I want name, type. If you want to add another one, I want a name, type, or let's do like material. And then when I okay, if I go on it right now, it's basically add the material to the description. So you can go to the option tool and then adjust the actual definition that you want to see for your properties when you're running the coordination, and you want to see what the model is. And this is going to be the quick way to do it in Navisworks Freedom. And then the actual properties is basically just the properties coming in from the source model into Navis. Timeline player, so if you have any 4D creation, which is kind of adding your schedule and linking it to the elements in your NWF, you'll be able to turn this on here and then kind of see it what's going on. Like we don't have anything here, but if you had one, you'll be able to kind of see the simulation. Just kind of stop going around. Next tab, real quick, viewpoint. So this is gonna be our window. If I click on the viewpoint, you guys pretty familiar with this. You can save items, you can save a quick viewpoints right there, or you can kind of move around and then right click viewpoints, you kind of see the items. So the thing is, like, you won't be able to create any viewpoints. So if I let me just click here. I cannot click any create anything because this is not Navisworks Manage, but you'll be able to see the created viewpoints that coming in from Navisworks Manage or your NWF file. Camera. I think it's basically simple. You can kind of change the field of view to adjusting the viewpoint, the perspective versus ortho, camera alignment, no change. All of these also into the navigation. This is going to be your steering wheel. If you want to stick to the original one, or you want to go a little bit more in it like a different style, you'll be able to do it. Orbit, uh, freehand. So I'm just gonna go through all of these real quick because in my previous video, which is Navisworks Freedom 2023, I kind of explained every single of these tabs in detail. So I would recommend to go back and look at those because there's not going to be any change between any of these items. But I'm just going to go through it real quick for you guys to see where we at. So orbit, different type of orbits. If you want to constrain it, if you want to do a freehand or only just through the X and Y, look around. So all of these are also available on your navigation tool over here. So you have the constraint, free orbit. This is going to be also your look around. You have the walkthrough. If you want to click over here, we basically click here. You want to go back to the fly mode, so basically it's change, or you want to go back to kind of the walk mode, which is going to be a little bit more uh, accessible. And this is the one that I'm using. Realism is going to add the third person, and you can basically activate the collision, gravity, or crouch. So it's basically it's going to give that person a real time walking in the project. If it's going to hit any obstruction, if it is a wall, is not going to go through it. If there's a pipe, he's going to lower his head and stuff like that. So if this is the same thing that we had before, no issues. This one for the changing your linear speed and angular speed. If sometimes when you kind of work in Navis, you see everything is going really fast. Like if I change this to, I don't know, let me just do, let's say 25,000, something weird. So if I move it, it really go really fast and it's hard for me to control. So what I do, I basically come over here and then change these to, let's say 20 or whatnot, so it's make it easier for me to do it. Also, that's going to happen for your angular speed for like moving stuff around. So if something goes wrong, this is a place that you need to come and adjust those. For rendering style, you have full render, you have shaded if you want to go under shaded, wireframe, and also hidden lines. So this is going to be the different lighting. Same items if you want to basically just use the lighting and then see some of the areas, just more like a snapshot if you want to get from a specific area, if you have a presentation or if you want to show something and make it a little bit more uh, conspicuous for your audience. I think that's going to be a good tool to use it. So this is basically different options that you can use. This is the same process. You can turn off the line. This is going to be the text. This is going to be the points, and then also the actual snapping to the points. And this is going to be the whole surfaces. So I've turned this off. It's going to take away everything. Just make sure if you don't want to see any lines. So you can see like these lines right here. So if I turn these off, it kind of takes away those lines, so I don't see the lines that are drawn. And that's kind of up to you, the most preference. I always leave it on this. It's gonna be easy. Most important part, enable sectioning, which is part of our viewpoint tab. When you click on it, it basically turn on the actual sectioning. We have a plane, we have a box. So box, basically you'll be able to put a specific area within the box. These are all accessible in WF, and then it's really good that we can use these in NWD. If you want to show something in the field, if you want to share anything with our team, we'll be able to do it. You can also scale this box with just a kind of scale if you want to go with like a smaller, higher, or like make it any area that you want to see. You can do the scale, and then you can basically just go to the move, and it's gonna steps over there. So you have the actual box, the size that you want, and right now you can kind of move it around if you want for a different area, and you'll be able to see. The next one is going to be the plane. This is basically you can create 6 planes, which is you can have 6 different planes around one object, like free from 6 different direction. You can assign an item. So let's say plane 1 is going to be on top, plane 2, I'm going to go, let me select 2, I'm going to go bottom. So if you guys notice how this is going to change, so if I go back to 1, it basically goes on top. It means I can move stuff from the top. If I go to plane 2, it basically goes from the bottom, so I can kind of move stuff from the bottom up. And let's turn on another one, select it, let's say do it from the front, so you can see basically move. And this link section planes, it means it links all of them together, right? So I don't need to select items. So as soon as I basically getting stuff up and down, you see, basically I don't need to do it. If I unselect this is not going to do anything for me going up and down. As soon as I link it, it links the plane 3 to plane 1 and 2, and then it's going to move up and down, and it's going to be really helpful. But I would recommend, what I would do most of the time, I'll just use align to surface. So any area that I want, I basically just go click on it. You see align to surface, click on that one, and then I'll be able to, let me see, there you go. I'll be able to kind of go to that area and show the audience what I want to basically highlight for them. So aligning to surface is, I would recommend it would be a best tool to do. It's gonna be the fastest way to show exactly what you have to share. The next one, this is gonna be just a rotation. So same thing for the plane. You just basically just rotate it in like a different angles, and then if you are done with this, you can unclick and it's gonna basically go away. You go back to the main items. Next tab that we have here is the measure. This measure panel, that's a new one that's been added in 2024 2025, which is basically kind of show you the area. So if I click on this and then click on the panel, it open up another box for me. Let me bring it here so you guys can see. There you go. So basically give me the start point, which is X, Y, and Z, and it's gonna tell me what the elevation is. And right now, if I click on a different area, you can see, right here, it gives me both end and start and the differences between my X, Y, and Z. So this is going to give you the elevation difference on 2 areas. These are all the different type of measurement tool. If you can go from one point to a multiple point, or do and accumulate all the point one by one, this is going to add all the location that you go. What I mean is if you go here, 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 it just basically just start and stop, but it's adding items to each other. But this one is basically, it's gonna be one straight line that's gonna add all the item for you. So they used to be kind of using this, but right now they just have a different measuring panel. So if you want to get all of those items, you can click on that measuring panel and that's gonna show up for you. Locking, you can have it on the X, you can see, or you want to lock it on the Y axis, which is the green one for me, and then for Z axis, which is going to be the blue, and only gives me the elevation. So these are basically the same items that we have, and plus if you want to get the shortest distance between two elements, you select both objects and then hit shorten distance, and basically give you what is the shortest distance between those two objects. If there was any comment came in from your original source, you'll be able to see it on any items over here. So next one that I want to show you is animation. So if you had any animated objects created in your NWF, you can basically come over here, select it in your viewpoints, and hit play. You'll be able to see all. So under the view, this is going to be the old one that we have, navigation bar. So you guys can see that's going to turn it on and off over here. The view cube, which is going to be this cube on the box. On the top right here looks like a big box, so you can go to the top, right, north, and any other areas that you want. So basically your access, you can turn them on if you want. So it's going to give you more info or exactly where you are in your model. For the reference view, you can have a plan view, which as soon as you click on it, is going to open up another, make it a little bit bigger. It's going to make it a little bit bigger for you guys so you know where you are in terms of the actual location in your model. You also have these for your section view. So you can see on top and you can see on the cross section. So what I mean is if let me just move around a little bit, put this here, make it bigger. Okay. So if I basically just go some areas, these items shows that where am I? So that's me. So if I want to move this, it's gonna move me, and then I'm gonna moving inside the building right here. It tells me exactly where am I, on what level, and also on the plan view, it basically shows me where I'm standing in the plan. So if you have like a big project, this is gonna be a great way to show the whole view of your site, and basically that little triangular shape represents your movement, where you are going, walking around, go to a different location. You'll be able to do that. You also can grab this and kind of move it around. For the next line item that I want to share with you is going to be the grids, so you can turn them on and off. Also, when you have the grids on, you'll be able to select what project or what model you want to use. So let's say I want to use the structural model. Also, I need to see what do you want to see those. Basically, let me just turn this off. Okay. So I want to use the structural model. I want to fix it at what level, right? So this is going to tell me what level. So you guys can see that basically this is going to moving up, right? So let's go to the roof level, level 2. Let me go to foundation, going to lower level, going to level 1, and it just goes up as I want to go up through the building. So this is going to give me that access going up. So this is basically you'll be able to see, and the good thing that they basically put these sectioning here real quick. So we didn't have these items been added in 2024 and 5. So basically you can instantly turn on your sectioning tool at these areas. So if I have these off, I used to go to viewpoints and enable sectioning, but right here under the view you have above and below. So you can basically just turn it on as soon as possible, yeah, really fast, and you'll be able to kind of see what exactly you're looking at that level. So this is the ceiling level, so basically give me a cut where the ceiling level is. So I have my structural model on, and basically I am doing this actual section cut at this area. So this is going to be a really good item to look at. Okay, say let's try something else so you guys can see the difference. I want to go to the actual architectural. So you see as soon as I click to the architectural, it changed the grid from structural over here to architectural. So I'm at the foundation right now. I want to go to living room, level 1, and then basically just going to go to ceiling. Let's say I want to stay at the level 2, and I want to get a section from above, so it's easily is going to give me a section from the level 2. So this is a really fast way to get that selection at the elevation that you want, and I feel like it's a great tool to use it. So make sure you leverage this. You can kind of select the area that you want. You're gonna place the grids over there, and you can kind of create the selection at that area. So this is all about the grids, new selection set, and then sectioning that they have at this area. Okay, so the new items that's been added in 2025 and 2024 was part of a civil alignments. So we know in Civil 3D, roads that are created, they call it corridors, and in these corridors represent like pathways, retention walls, and such other items. But the horizontal control lines of such corridors, they call it alignment. And then this center line of the road, so those basically alignment is a center line of the roads, and I'll show you guys how it looks like. So want to make sure that civil alignments are part of the civil 3D drawings when opening or appending a civil 3D drawings, which contains corridors built with alignments in Navisworks 2024 and up. The civil alignment tools allow you to drive along the corridor from a driver's point of view, or you can kind of walk alongside it. But the very important part is to access these civil alignment in Navis, you need to have either Civil 3D or Civil 3D Enabler. So if you know if you don't know where to go, so on your Autodesk account, you basically go to 2025, you go under plugins, you see the civil 3D, so you can see right here civil 3D object enabler. You got to make sure you kind of install this for the version of the Navisworks that you're using. It's a 2024 2025. Make sure you go to your account, or it's also available online if you can just type Autodesk at civil 3D object enabler. Basically give you a link to install it, but in your account under the plugins, that's a location that you need to go and access it. So unfortunately I don't have a model, but I got a picture online, so I want to show you what it looks like, and it's going to be easy. So if you bring in those model lines that coming from Civil 3D, this is the center line that we was talking about. It basically shows the station. This is going to be the civil alignment. Is going to open it up. You select the path that coming in. Also, is going to start the actual station that you have. If you walk around, like drive through this, it basically show all the stations right here. But if you want to jump to a specific station, you can tap it over here. So you can, play, pause, move along. It's basically just a viewing and drive you around alongside this road in the center line. With the section plane, if you turn these on, it basically give you a cross section of the road like this. So this is going to be kind of helpful. uh, and then you can adjust the location of the camera to focus on the target. You can slide the bottom back and forth, up and right. You basically kind of see how everything is gonna look like. So this is basically, it's gonna give you the access to look at it, and this is gonna be your navigation tool. Right at the eye level, moving left and right, top and bottom, you can kind of use all of these handles to change it, and also the target. If you want to look at it horizontally, you want to move around free or alongside the center line, and this is going to be the speed that you can pick for your driving through, basically through this. I thought this might be a good kind of add-in, so you guys know this is available. If you have any roads or any central line with the station that coming in from Civil 3D, you can also view those in Navis work this day. So that's been added as well, and I think that's a great feature that you can use here. So moving along this item, next panel, scene view. This is going to be the full screen. This is going to be the split view if you want to look at the vertical or you want to do the horizontal. So one of them showing some area, one of them show another area. You can have the background. So this is kind of setting the background color. Also, you can right click and then select the background if you want to, I don't know, like change it to orange or something. So this is going to show that as well. The window size you can adjust, and also this is going to kind of move these tilt bar of the view. So let me get rid of this one, change these back to just black. There you go. A next one, workspace window. You can basically do the tilt on and off, section plane, settings, section view, civil alignment. So all of these like measure toolbars that we kind of went through with under the review tab, and then you have the selection tree and then say viewpoint. So this is the same process. Load work, if you have anything saved, you can kind of load that workspace, and also if you are happy with your area, you can save this workplace. Under the options, basically has the same thing, just make sure you kind of review. There's nothing very um, important here that has been added or changed the items. For example, if you want to change, feet and inches, sectioning, you can change the colors. I think we did review all of those in a preview, so I don't want to waste your time by going through all of these items again. But nothing really added that is important and worth mentioning under the options. But what I wanted to share with you guys that is really really important, one of them was the civil alignment, and the next one was these added above section tool, which I think it's a great way to get to the items. Hope you guys like these quick review and refreshment on uh, Navisworks 2025 Freedom. If you like the content, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.